Hey friends, this is T again with another video, and today we're going to be discussing Single White Female with Jenna Ortega and Taylor Russell in early stages of development. Now this is crazy, right? Now there was an original one that came out years ago, I think in the 90s, with Bridget Fonda. She was a single white female, and the premise of the movie was it was this crazy girl who wanted a roommate, so she put in the ad that she wanted a single white female. And Bridget Fonda character, responded to that and moved in with her. And then this girl started to develop some kind of obsession with her that she started to slowly but surely become her. Almost like she was trying to replace her. So it's kind of a chameleon type situation, right? And it became a horror, and it was terrible, and everything was going on. Just one of them crazy type thrillers, right? But it was very successful back in the day. Now they're doing a remake with Ortega and Russell, which is crazy. Now, if you don't recognize Russell, she's the girl from Lost in Space, okay? And I enjoy both these women. I enjoy both of them. I think both of them are great actresses. I love the humbleness mostly of her. She's pretty nice in public, but like I say, I try not to dig too deep because it destroys everything when you come to find out these people crazy. So you just kind of leave that alone now. So as far as them being on screen, I really enjoy them. But the problem with this remake is they're not white. I believe she's mixed. I believe she's mixed with black and white. I could be wrong, but she's Hispanic. Okay, Jenna Ortega is Hispanic. So I'm wondering if they're gonna change the name of this movie because they're not white. It doesn't make any sense, right? So, and this shows you right here also Hollywood is starting to run out of ideas, or they already ran out of ideas of good movies. They don't have any real creators in Hollywood, so now they gotta steal stuff from movies that most people haven't seen, because a lot of young people probably haven't seen the original movie, so they just stealing ideas from that and trying to make it their own. But the big twist is they're minorities. Oh, now nobody asked for this, okay? Nobody asked for this remake. Nobody asked that they be replaced by minorities. But this is not the only situation. Right now we got a black man replacing Snape. I think that's how you say his name, Snape, from the Harry Potter. And a lot of people are up in arms about this. I'm sure there might be some people, of course, a lot of woke people that's okay with this particular situation. But a lot of people thinking, why not just make original characters with black people? Why not just do that? Why do you got to replace very important characters and race swap them? Doesn't make any sense. But let's go ahead and get into this so we can try to make sense of this. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we come out with new videos, okay? Alright, let's get started.
With the race switching that is currently taking place in one of the most beloved franchises probably in human history is not necessarily just a race thing, but it's more so an integrity thing, right? Integrity to the original work of art known as the Harry Potter series. You see, the books have already been written. The descriptions already exist. So when we saw this man right here appear on screen, we knew that was Snape. That's him. That's got to be him, because that was him in the book. When we saw Ron pop, oh, yep, redhead, yeah, that's definitely got to be him right there, right? Voldemort, if we saw a nose on Voldemort, that would have been a situation. That would have definitely been a situation. You understand me? So the problems that most fans have with the casting of a black Snape is not the fact that it is a brother in that position, but instead that, well, it's not exactly accurate to the books. It's like if we had the next series of Black Panther films be a white T'Challa, right? It would not make sense. It would be completely deviating from the original literature. And so the only reason they're doing this is because they want to fulfill this quota. They look to virtue signal, right? Look at us. We're so diverse. We're even willing to switch out a classic character for a black man just because.
All right, I totally agree with him. They now just want to go ahead and virtue signal and just start replacing white people with black people. It's almost like hand-me-downs or something like that, right? It's crazy. I remember I was watching this show called Modern Family when the mother was giving the younger daughter advice that she previously gave to the older daughter, and then she was like, okay, now I'm getting her advice hand-me-downs. I'm paraphrasing, but it was like that. It was really funny, right? But that's how this feels right now. They taking even now good actors and handing them hand-me-downs of white people, you know, because they feel guilty about something. It's insane. It's very insane to me, and they should be insulted by this. It's crazy stuff. But I'm really curious on how they plan on replacing the title single white female with two minority women. Okay, no shade on these women. I just want to be completely transparent about how I feel about these people. Okay, I don't care about their politics. That means nothing to me in this conversation. All I care about is the fact of the matter is that they're handing these people leftovers. Okay, these are very beautiful, talented actresses. No shade on them whatsoever. They are talented. It's just a shame that they just giving these people hand-me-downs. It's crazy. Instead of just creating something new and exciting for these actors, they're giving them hand-me-downs, and they probably don't have much of a choice. You know, Jenna Ortega got some pull in Hollywood. She can do whatever she wants, and for some reason she seemed to be accepting these hand-me-downs. I don't know about Taylor Russell though, man. I don't think she have any pull right now, so she got to take what she can get just to stay relevant or whatever the situation is, which is a shame because this is a very beautiful, talented girl. Okay, loved her in Lost in Space. If you don't recognize her, I might have mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but that's where she's from. Fell in love with her. Great actress. Seen her in that other movie too with that boy from Dune, right? That was a weird movie, okay? I remember taking my sisters and said, thinking they might like it. They freaked out about it. I mean, you really got to watch the movie to understand where I'm coming from. Interesting concept, but it was insane. But either case, she was great in it. She was everything so far that I've seen her in, she was fantastic in. So I understand they want to work with these actresses, and if anybody could pull this crap off, it would be these two. But it still don't make any sense. Single white female, okay? And like I might have mentioned before, something about Bridget Fonda. She wasn't a fantastic actress, okay? I'm just putting it out there. Pretty girl, not amazing actress, but she had a presence. And I noticed she didn't do any remakes either. She'll do a movie and then move on. That's integrity right there, right? And for some reason, when people make remake, this isn't the first time she did a movie and then they did a remake of it and put somebody else in that position. For some reason, they can't replace her. And I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's something about the way this girl acts in her movies or whatever. It makes her, you just don't. I mean, somebody else can play the part, but you miss the original. You miss Bridget Fonda in that role because you loved her in it. Okay, I'm only talking about the movie that she was successful in. Okay, but I think she was in a Quentin Tarantino. Am I saying that right? Movie. I forgot the name of the movie, but she was great in that. I loved her in everything she did, basically. And for some reason, when they try to replace her or something, it just didn't make any sense. Not to me anyway. I prefer her playing that role. But I never seen her do a remake or a sequel or anything. She'll do a part and move on. That's integrity, man. You got to give it to her, man, either way. But this is going to be interesting to find out how they plan on handling this. So let's go ahead and get into this article. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We already read the title. Ortega and Russell are in early talks to remake the 1992 thriller that starred Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah, I know this girl. She played in another movie too. She's a good actress too as well. She's not well known like Bridget Fonda, but she's a really good actress. I seen her in that movie. It was a comedy. It's about this high school or something. I forgot the name of it, man. I hate it with Sean Penn in it. He played some kind of surfer boy or something like that. I forgot the name of it. I hate when I forget his name. Y'all gotta forgive me, man, but I don't really think about this stuff. But let's go ahead and continue reading this. Jenna Ortega and Taylor Russell might be teaming up for an updated version of the iconic roommate thriller. Ortega, 22, and Russell, 30, are in early talks to star in the remake of the 1992 Single White Female. People can confirm after the news was first reported by Thales Snyder. Okay, whatever. Okay. All right. Crazy stuff. Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh starred in the original, in which Fonda Allison Jones welcomed a new roommate, Hedra Halson, played by Leigh. Okay, so I think, if memory serves, I think Bridget Fonda played the crazy. I think so, right? I think she played the crazy one. Okay. Allison has just broken up with her fiance Sam Rawson, Steve Weber, and quickly formed a close bond with their new roommate. However, as Allison rethinks her breakup with Sam, her roommate grows jealous and violent. I guess wanted to keep her to herself. This is not just a thriller in a movie. This is real life. Okay, this is real life. Back in the day when I first saw this movie, because I did watch it, I don't remember all the details. I just remember the fact it was one crazy girl who wanted to be like the other girl. Okay, and that's the reason why she wanted this girl to move in. That she thought to kind of like almost take over her life. She wanted her man, she wanted her life, everything. So she started to imitate her basically, and it happened in a slow process, if memory serves. Okay, but this is not too far from reality right now, because I'm sure it was a lot of crazy stuff happened back in the day when I was younger, but I didn't see it though. Not like I'm seeing now. If you look at the situation with Trump and Elon Musk, for example, mostly Elon Musk, these people going crazy right now, right? This guy just doing audits, and they just burning down people's Teslas and the charging stations. It's insane. One guy caught on fire catching a Tesla on fire. These people just nuts, and it's starting to become like a regular thing now. People started like, hey, okay. I saw this clip of this street preacher, and somebody walked up and pulled out a weapon on him. Crazy, right? And everybody walking around like it's no big deal. I think it might have been in California or something, right? They seem to be accepting a lot of insane stuff over there. Okay, so it's insane. Okay, but either case, man, people being crazy starting to become the norm now, and that's scary in itself. The original movie was directed by Barbet Schroeder and was based on John Lutz's 1990 novel Single White Female Seeks Same, and had a sequel starring Kristen Miller titled Single White Female 2 The Cycle. I don't even remember that. I don't even think I've seen that movie, okay? That's what I'm talking about when it comes down to Bridget Fonda. And this is the thing, she's not an amazing actress. She's a good actress, but not an amazing one. Not be like, oh man, I can't wait to go see a Bridget Fonda movie. It wasn't like that with me. But once I did watch one of her movies, it was like she made that character, made it her own. So when somebody else played it, it felt like a carbon copy to me. Interesting though, man. But like I said, she's not an amazing actress. She's a good actress, but not an amazing one. And I think she also a nepo baby. I think I forgot who she's the child of. Somebody named Fonda. One of those Fonda guys out there, stars. But she's a nepo baby. But she has talent, so I don't have too much of a problem with that. Elizabeth Gabler's 3,000 Pictures. 3,000 Pictures? Woo, a lot. Which has a partnership with Sony and HarperCollins Publishers, is reportedly behind the remake. Gabler has previously developed hit movies including Life of Pi. Heard that was a good movie. I haven't seen it. The Devil's Wear Prada. I've seen that movie and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And Where the Crawdads Sing. Now somebody this talented that can do movies like that, why would they do a remake? Why not just create something new? Put these two beautiful girls in it. Beautiful women. Because for some reason people get excited when I say girls. I don't mean no harm when I say that. It is what it is. But anyway, why don't they just create something for them specifically and put them together instead of doing a remake? It's like I say, man, like handing down hand-me-downs now to them. Okay, because of the guilt. It's not even because they really like minorities or anything like that. It's guilt. Somehow they were convinced, living their lives, enjoying their lives, somehow they should feel guilty about it. Now, have there been some shady, dirty white people out there that screwed over minorities? Yeah, of course. It been some black people that screwed me over, okay? It happens. There are people like that, right? But if you haven't done anything like that, why would you feel guilty? That never makes sense to me. I don't want white people just rolling up on me that haven't done anything to me and apologize for what? You ain't done nothing to me. Why am I mad at you for? But they feel like they should do it. And it's for crazy reasons too. And that's another thing right there. But now we know that who's behind it. Ahead of Ortega starring in a second season of Netflix Wednesday. That's why I fell in love with her on Wednesday. I thought it was a good show. I think I did not a reaction, but I did a review on it. The actress has been busy with the recent horror comedy Death of a Unicorn. I saw the trailer for that. It looks weird. Her co-star Paul Rudd recently told people he was amazed at her level of coolness while at the 2025 SXSW Film, a TV festival in Austin, Texas. Yeah, they're starting to make movies in Texas now because California is becoming a dumping ground for crazy. So they kind of try to move it to other places now. But she despite her her wokeness or whatever you want to call it, right? She's very loyal to her friends. But I'm sure there's a limit to that, because if they don't agree with the same thing she agrees with, she might not be that loyal. But as long as you agree with her, man, she's very loyal and protective. I remember seeing one time she was being her and this other actress was being interviewed, and it was an older actress. I mean, really older actress. She probably was in her 60s, something like that, right? And I guess she felt like that the reporters was harassing her, trying to make her say something she didn't want to say, and she defended her. And I was like, that's a good trait. She defends her friends. I think the same thing happened in Scream. This girl, she was talking on TikTok or Instagram about the Israel and the Gaza situation. She supported Gaza, I believe, Palestinians. And she got fired from Scream. They were planning on making a second one, and she got fired from it. I'm not exactly sure if that's the reason they used, but she definitely got fired. And now Ortega's not going to do the second one. And she didn't say it was because of that reason, but a lot of people believe it's because of that reason. Very loyal girl when it comes down to it. Very woman empowered kind of a thing, right? But look, if it's somebody that disagree with her, a conservative or something like that, she'll cut them off. I believe she would cut them off in a heartbeat. But let's continue. The two stars, okay, I don't want to read no more of this because I don't care about this. This is about race swapping. All right, now this actress, I've first seen her on Lost in Space. I might have seen her on other things I just don't remember, but Lost in Space, I fell in love with her. Not only because she's gorgeous, but also she's a great actress. And now, a lot of you out there might be saying I'm a hypocrite right now. I can already read this in the comments section, okay? But you're a hypocrite. I thought you hated the fact of race swapping. Okay, now there's a difference here. I'm explaining it, all right? Let's go ahead and get into this, because this is going to be, I just want y'all to be enlightened to where I'm coming from here. Now, I think, of course, why always race swap? Like, Captain America is a memorable character, okay? Chris Evans did that character perfectly, okay? But then they want to race swap them with Falcon or whatever, right? Which was stupid to do. Nobody asked for it. Who cares? Snape was a character that people loved, okay, on Harry Potter. But now they swapping it with a black guy. For what? For what reason? If it was a character that nobody gave a crap about, and then they did it, I still think it's stupid, but I mean, nobody would have cared. Because the first actor didn't make an impression. Now let's get back to this young lady right here. She played Judy in Lost in Space. Now, if you saw the original show, which was a good show, Judy really wasn't impressionable. She really didn't stand out at all. Other than the fact she was beautiful. Other than that, she rarely had any parts. She rarely said anything interesting. She wasn't a great actress, nothing. Really didn't make no impression. Now, Will Smith made an impression. Mr. Smith made an impression. But they race swapped that to a female. And she did a great job. It was unnecessary. But, they did it anyway. And they race swapped Judy with this actress, okay? She did an amazing job on that, right? Now, nobody was crying about Judy. Nobody cared about Judy, okay? It was no big deal that they race swapped her. All right, I still think she should have got an original character, but you know they did it. She did an amazing job. No problem. If you race swapping a character nobody gives a crap about, you won't get any complaints. They probably think, it's stupid. Won't just give the person an original character still, but who cares? Whatever. You know, I might have mentioned this before. It was the girl from Fast and Furious. She played Vin Diesel's girlfriend in the Fast and Furious, and she even said, she was talking about comic book characters. She like, why race swap when you can just give a minority their original characters? And plus, there's a lot of characters that are minorities in the comic books. Why race swap? It was stupid. I mean, there's people in Hollywood that actually make sense. It didn't make any sense to race swap all the time like that. In this particular situation, she improved on the character. It makes sense. She can act. She's beautiful. Her presence is great, and I'm sure a lot of people want to work with this woman. Bones and All-Star Russell, that was a weird movie. I just wanted to say that. I saw it, took my sisters thinking they might be interested in watching it, and it was really weird even for them. Bones and All-Star Russell is set to star opposite Michael B. Jordan in a remake of the Thomas Crown Affair. Stop right here. I love the Thomas Crown Affair, okay? With Pierce Brosnan, okay? And Rene Russo. Loved it. Now, I heard of the original. I never watched it. I saw the one with Pierce Brosnan first. Loved it. And really wasn't interested in going back watching the original. Usually I would, but I just never done it. Not saying I'll never do it, but I just never done it. And I loved it. That remake was excellent. Perfect. All right, perfect. And now they plan on race swapping this? That's what I'm talking about, hand-me-downs, man. Won't they just write something original for these people? Why they got to steal other people's stuff? What's the point of making a third movie about this? Is it going to be an original story? Or is it going to be the same thing over and over again? And just replace them with minorities, man. It's insane. And I like Michael B. Jordan. I think he's talented, and I definitely like Russell. I think she's talented. Beautiful. I think you can make something for them on an original script without having to hand down something used and old to them. It's already been done. Nobody asking for this. Nobody asked for that. This is what I'm talking about. Laziness. It's crazy that they doing this, man. It's crazy. Really? The Thomas Crown Affair. Really? You can't beat Pierce Brosnan. I'm sure you can't even beat the original, man. But Pierce Brosnan did a great job on that. A great job. And that what you somehow just supposed to improve on it? It don't make any sense. It's crazy stuff. For Amazon MGM Studio, okay, they just taking old stuff and just reusing it, like James Bond right now. Jeff Bezos is, I don't know if he's the complete owner, but now he got creative control of it. Now, God knows what he gonna do with that. MGM Studios, that will be released in theaters. Jordan, who is also directing the remake, okay, he directed that. I guess he decided to make it. Is making a third iteration of the Thomas Crown Affair on film after the original in the 1999 remake starring. Okay, really? I think this is what I think. I think black people think that if they don't use something that's already popular, they wouldn't be popular themselves. They couldn't make anything that people would be interested in seeing. So they feel like, you know what? And I think it's these liberal white people that make them think this way. That, okay, nobody really want to see us in anything original, so let's just go ahead and put them in something that people already like the Avengers or something like that. But then we just race swap them. Even though we got comic books filled with minorities, let's just rape swap the white people for some reason. And then because of white guilt, they be like, okay, we okay with that. But they're not. They think it's stupid, it's not successful, they losing money, but they're gonna do it anyways. Crazy stuff. It's crazy, man.
They cast a black guy to play someone who's described as white, skinny, with a hooked fucking nose. I'm like, are you fucking high?
I haven't read the books. I'm assuming this dude read the books. But this is the second time I heard this. They get into full detail. Well, she gets, the author get into full detail about not only the character's character, but also their looks, and because it's very important. I've written things before, right? And if you really, since you can't see them, you want to give them as much detail as possible, to give the reader as much detail as possible, so they can understand how these people look and act and everything else. And I heard this person say, this person got a hook nose and all this kind of stuff. Things that probably fall into a more white type culture, okay? A more European type culture. And it's not a black man. Okay, it's definitely not a black man. That's why people going crazy about Doctor Who now, okay? Because they ruined it. They ruined it. They started with this woman. She wasn't good in it. Not saying she wasn't a good actress, but she just wasn't good in this role. And then they put this dude in there. He flamboyant and all over the place. I didn't even bother to watch it. I saw a couple of clips or whatever, but stupid. But this, obviously, when she described this person as, but it was of European descent kind of thing. And so it wasn't a black man. People just want you to be accurate. Okay? They just want you to be accurate about this stuff. Why replace them? There's no logical sense to do so. But you're going to do it anyway. What? White guilt? And this is the thing. The author, I forgot her name, J.K. Rowling, that's her name. They own her because of this transgender issue, okay? But she's still woke. I don't know if it's HBO that's forcing her hand or whatever, but, it doesn't make any sense. People losing money, things are crashing and not doing so well, but they still doing this stuff. It's insane, man. And it's political because it doesn't make any sense when it comes down to business. It doesn't, but they're going to do it anyway.
Now, this is clearly a fucking diversity casting. They're doing it because they can. They've been trying to do that with different iconic characters as well, and it just pisses me off. And I'm sure the rest of the Harry Potter fans are fucked off as well. Because
see, they would call this dude a racist. I don't look at it that way. And I am a black person, okay? And I don't look at him being racist over this. He fell in love with the character. All about the character. Not just because this character was white. If it was an original black person, he fell in love with this character and they changed him into some other race, he probably would have been bothered by that too. Probably wouldn't have made sense to him either. So I'm not going to put him in the category of being racist. I don't know this dude. And I don't get the impression that he is. He just like, why are you messing with a good thing? I mean, you get us excited about, continuing with the adventures of Harry Potter, but you replacing the characters that we fell in love with other races? Why?
All they had to do was be loyal to the books. Like, when we heard about that series, we were excited. We couldn't wait for it because it was a chance to get all the stuff that was in the books into the series. Because with the feature lengths, because you've got to reach like a 2-hour target and stuff, you can't get everything from the book into the film. So a TV series was probably the best thing that they could have thought of. But yet again, woke studios like HBO and all others, like fucking Hollywood, they can't help it by blackwashing iconic white characters.
Yeah, I completely agree with this guy. Why mess with it? And not, like I say, the liberals gonna call this guy racist and everything else just because he loves something. Like I say, man, you can't. I think somebody used the example. You can't replace the Black Panther with a white dude, man. People be pissed. Black people will lose their freaking minds over that. Not me. I don't care. But I think it would be stupid to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's insane what they doing over either guilt, political, whatever. It's a dumb reason to do this. They losing money. People don't like it. They even losing their fans. Even the liberal fans it don't make any sense to them. And I don't believe they hate black people. It would just keep the characters the way they are. If you want to add black people, put new black people in there. I don't know. Look, maybe they got to stick with the books. But it was a white woman who wrote it, a liberal white woman, and she didn't include a lot of black people. I understand it, right? I mean, maybe she did throw a black person in there. Who knows? But it don't sound like, at least, I mean, in the comment section, please let me know if you read the books and if she used any black people in there. Because of my knowledge, she didn't. And this was a liberal white woman J.K. Rowling is a white woman liberal, and she didn't put black people in this book. But all of a sudden now she got to start throwing all kind of minorities in there now, just to make it look like she ain't racist. I mean, that's where we at right now. Because you ain't put black people in the movie, now you're racist. And now it's almost like they trying to make it look like they ain't racist. Or could it be HBO is changing all this kind of stuff? Because she didn't do this stuff in the movies. I think she might have I think she used an Asian girl to fall in love with Harry Potter, if memory serves. That might have been originally white. But other than that bad, I'd be like, I think everybody else was just white. I ain't get mad over it. I just cared about whether it's a good movie or a bad movie. Do I want minorities in movies? Yes. Give them original characters. That's what this guy is saying right now. All right, but this is the article right here. We're going to go ahead and get into this article and see what they have to say about this. Because I know it's a lot of people losing their mind over this one. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Harry Potter's new professor, Severus Snape, or whatever, is black, and fans are losing their minds. Yeah. I like this actor too, man. He's very funny and he can do drama. But unfortunately, he passed away. Rest in peace. And everything I've seen him in, he was good in it. I enjoyed this actor, right? And he took this character, and I didn't see all the Harry Potter, but I can tell you this much: he did an amazing job with this character, Snape. He played evil well, and he played good well too, because he did it with sincerity. And somehow I feel like people feel like this guy ain't gonna be able to do that kind of level of sincerity to the character. He probably studied it. He's like, okay, this is what I'm gonna be. They got him for his looks, because it sounded like the kind of character that Rowling wrote into her books. He was a great actor, so they thought he was probably perfect for the role. Probably too perfect, because nobody probably could. Even if you would have replaced him with another white actor or something, right? They still would have missed this guy right here. They still would have. But then you're gonna make him a black dude. And everybody, it's not like this is a new thing. Everybody's seen how unsuccessful this kind of thing is. We just saw with Captain America, it flopped. The Brave New World thing, okay, with Mackie, it flopped. It doesn't work well, you know what I mean? Especially with beloved characters, it just doesn't work well. But yet they keep doing it, and they're gonna force it down your throat. They don't care. They don't care how you feel about it. And I hope all these liberal people that love this franchise start to get it. They don't care what you think. While it should be cause for celebration when actors get cool roles for if you create a new character for them, that's cool. But they don't want to do that though. For black British actor Papa Esidu, I'm not going to try to say his name again, okay? Because I can't say it. Papa, whatever. And the recent news about his iconic new Harry Potter casting. It's unfortunately causing a lot of controversy. And you probably won't be surprised when we tell you why. Okay, before I even continue reading this, because I haven't read it yet, but before I move on. If it was conservatives making these complaints, they'd be already throwing out this word racist. They probably would have put it in the title already. But I think, I'm just assuming now, before I read this, I think it might be liberals too. Because they love this stuff. So, I don't see racist in the title. So, I'm just going to make a guess. There's a good chance there's a lot of liberals that's pissed off about this. But let's continue. As teased by Deadline over the weekend, Asidu is reportedly finalizing the details to take on the character of Professor Severus Snape in the upcoming Harry Potter series, slated to premiere on HBO in 2026. And though that seems fine and dandy on the surface, I think they would have meant on the surface. Okay, fans of the franchise have been in a serious tizzy over the announcement for a myriad of reasons. Chief among them, his race. All right. So far, I ain't hearing them using the word racist and fascist and none of that. And if it was, like I said, if this was a bunch of conservatives saying this, those words would have been already, like I said, it would have been in the title. All right, I just want y'all to pay attention to that. Okay, if it was conservatives, like when conservatives was talking about Marvel, sexist, racist, homophobic, all of that mess came out in the titles. I mean, as soon as you start reading it, you saw those words in there. But somehow, some reason they haven't brought that word up yet. Not one time. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe it's not just the conservatives that might be upset about this. But I'm just assuming, though. I haven't read this yet. I'm just assuming. I could be wrong. I'm sure the word racist or something can come out eventually. In the books and film, Snape, a professor at the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, was a 30-something unattractive professor who had greasy black hair, coal black eyes, sallow skin, a large hook nose, yellow and uneven teeth, and more. Sound like an English white dude, okay, back in the day. Okay? If I would have read that, that's what I would have came up with. Okay, so it is what it is. Based off optics alone, it's hard to imagine how Hollywood could turn someone as attractive as Isidue into the morbid described character when he is aesthetically so far removed. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Are they gonna change this guy's looks? I mean, why didn't you get an unattractive black guy to play this role? Why did this person had to be good looking? I'm assuming that this guy good looking. He's not bad looking. So I'm sure a lot of women will find this guy attractive. Are they going to change his looks to make him look more unattractive? Because that's how it's described in the books. I haven't read the books. I'm just going by this. Okay? Going by that video I just reacted to. Okay? I'm just going by that. So they're going to change this dude's looks? Snape was also an infamous bully and anti-hero who held thoughts and beliefs and performed behaviors equivalent to that of a wizard KKK member. Really? I didn't think he did all that. I know he was considered evil and mean and all this kind of stuff, but later you found out he wasn't evil. That he did it based off of love. Not only love for Harry Potter's, okay, this spoilers here. Not only love for Harry Potter's mother, but also for Harry Potter himself. People, that's another reason why people fell in love with this guy. Okay, they took an unattractive, mean, evil character that people did not like because they thought he hated Harry Potter. Come to find out it was a complete opposite. And now you want to just change this guy completely? KKK is going a little bit too far, which further makes this casting such a confusing choice. Yeah, okay. All right, you making a case for us. It don't make any freaking sense, but maybe they're gonna make in some kind of logical sense as I continue to read. Let's go with it. With that knowledge, it's hard for some fans of the franchise to imagine how certain storylines or motivations will play out now that the race of this character has been changed, and they took to social media to express their displeasure. So far, I've heard the word racist. Haven't heard that word yet. Either they know it's liberals or they not sure. So they being very careful how they write this article. They don't want to be out there calling liberals racist and homophobic or nothing. Those are the fan bases that they actually care about. So they want to be careful about how they put that out. Because like I said, if they knew it was just conservatives, man, they would have went crazy. Okay, it says continue. Somehow I get the feeling that it's going to make you try to... Oh, okay, it is continue. All right, let's read this. Speed Racer, okay. Making Snape a black man is one of the worst things ever. One of many fictional characters that should have stayed white. Making Snape okay, should have stayed white. Wrote one user, okay. The Wizard Warrior and okay, so far he ain't calling this dude racist. I ain't think like that. Why? Normally they do this. I don't know. Maybe something going on with this company or whatever that they like. You know, we done with the woke stuff. We done calling all fans racist, or at least conservative racist, since everybody buy newspapers and read our articles. So it might not be a smart thing to start, throwing the word racist around so easily. Or some of these people are liberals that's pissed off. One or the other. Something changed. Because normally, by this point, I would have already read the word racist. At least. The Wizard Warrior are about to dig up slurs we haven't heard since the 1800s. A cataclysmic misstep from his team. There is nothing good that could ever come from having a black actor play an infamous bully like Snape. Not in this digital fandom climate, says another. Note one other user. It's a no for me. As a black girl who grew up loving HP, this is not the casting. Even a black person saying this. Snape was a Death Eater. Death Eater. Really? Think about him being a black Death Eater. Think about it. Okay? I don't know what the hell a Death Eater is. I have no clue. I wasn't that deep in Harry Potter. I saw probably 2 movies. And that was it. Haven't seen the rest of them. I mean, I've seen clips online. That's how I knew about Snape. The situation with Harry Potter's mother and stuff like that. I saw some reactions to that. Because sometimes I watch reactions. And I'll get a better idea of the movie from watching their reactions. So that's how I have this knowledge. But I didn't go out to the movies and see these movies, okay? But this black girl made a good point. She made a good point. And this is another reason why they can't use the word racist. Because it's a black woman saying this. Now, if it was a black conservative, they might have said something. They probably wouldn't use the word racist or whatever. But they might have said something negative. But so far, I haven't heard anything negative yet. Have you? So far? I haven't. All right. Yeah, look at this guy. This guy. I mean, he's attractive in the conservative sense. He's attractive guy. Why would you make him Snape? Are you gonna change the way he look? You gonna make him fat? You gonna make him thin, skinny? I mean, if you're a good actor, you would do everything you can to play that role. Okay, let's just say that I'm gonna give you a perfect example. What's his name to play the Penguin? I forgot his name at the moment. He's an attractive actor. Okay, most women find this guy attractive, so you would never think of him as the Penguin. The way he's described, the way you've seen him in comic books or cartoons. He was fat, short, crazy looking, okay, with a long nose. But they use the prosthetics to make him look more of the character, and plus use the fact that he's a great actor, which he is a good actor, a great actor. So that makes sense now. People, if they would have just talked about it, it wouldn't have made no sense, okay? But my question is this guy, is he going to do the same thing? I mean, I still think it's a mistake, just like most people, to replace this guy with a minority actor. But I'm wondering if they're going to go as far as disguising this guy to make him look completely different. Because I get the feeling when they throw these black people into these roles, right? Instead of making them act better or change their appearance or anything like that, they don't do anything. They don't do anything. They just throw the black person in there and say, go ahead and do the character. We're not going to make you change your looks or anything like that or hide anything. We just going to want you, I mean, when it came down to Wicked, they made the girl green. I guess. So how far is this guy going to go? This is so exceptionally stupid. Please start with the race swapping of everything for the sake of diversity. In the case of Snape, I hope I'm saying that name right, because I can't remember how they said it in the movies. Making him black literally changes the subtext of his entire story. Said, yeah, I mean, you don't have to be an author or a director or whatever to understand that it's important why they described this character in the way they did. Why Rowling described him the way she did. It was a point to it. She wanted you to know he had a pointy nose, he was unattractive, he was skinny. It was a reason behind it. Okay? It was a reason. But they threw it all out the window. And then they wonder why they movies aren't successful. Because it's golden rules to creating something, making movies or writing books or whatever, right? Certain reasons why they do things. And when you take it and just throw it away, then you're taking it away from the movie. And you would think these people would know this, but obviously people at HBO don't. And this is the crazy part. A lot of these shows are good. Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, Probably a few other things too, right? Good. Yet they making this decision. I mean, it was weird when they threw black people in the House of the Dragons. I mean, I accepted it now because I like the show. It's just acceptable now because they kind of force fed it down your throat, basically. So I accepted it. But it didn't make any sense when I first saw it. It just did. Because they won't describe it. I don't think he wrote in this book they're black. You know what I mean? It just didn't make any sense. And whenever I see black people in those times, it just don't fit. It just doesn't. Now, if it was a half-breed and they stole her from another country or whatever, and then they breeded with a black woman and made half-breed children, that would have made sense to me. But they took black people that don't even look like they mixed and put blonde hair on them. Black people would have to dye their hair to do that. Even if it was a mixed child, it wouldn't have came out blonde like that. It was weird. I mean, I like the actors that played in that show, right? The black actors, right? But it just didn't make any sense. It just didn't. It was weird. However, there were some who were looking forward to how Isidue breathes life into the new iteration of Snape and hope the HBO would be pulling out all the stops to keep the young actor from enduring incessant racism from the die-hard fan base. All right, they finally threw the word out there, right? Okay, that is racism because you just want the character to be how it's described in the book. That was racism. Okay, this is where they're going with this. And like I say, I still think they're being careful with this, or how they word these things, because they don't want to really insult the fan base. Because that would be, the worst thing for them to do. Because people won't watch it if you do that. Which you would think they will already know this. Okay, so I think they really being careful now because they need the money. Hollywood is going down the toilet right now. They really need a hit. They really need to make money. They don't need to be going out there. I don't care, conservative or liberals. You don't need to be going out there insulting your audience. They telling you we don't like this. We are the ones that most likely going to watch this show. We don't like it. And they basically saying we don't care. We want your money. But we don't care how you feel about this. And I hope a lot of you liberals out there that love stuff like this and they just do that to you. I want you to take that in. Understand, they don't care. They don't care. Just keep that in mind. I'm like in agony over the Snape casting because now a talented black actor has been handed a project no one wants and will be at the brunt of racist harassment, all for a show that will be forgotten and canceled after 2 seasons in the best case scenario, wrote one user on X and Twitter. Look, this is the thing, okay? Nobody's gonna harass the black man over this. Nobody gonna say any derogatory words toward that black actor. All they saying is he's not the one for this role. And the only way I can see anybody say something against him if he goes out and do interviews or go on social media and start calling the fans racist and all kinds of stuff, being disrespectful. That's when they're gonna attack him. If he's smart, he'll just do the role and keep his mouth shut. If he's smart. But I have a feeling he's gonna go out there and talk about it and insult the fans. I have a feeling he's gonna do that. For some reason they can't do it. I don't know if they forced to do it or they just want to do it on their own because they're crazy. But I have a feeling he's gonna do that. And that's when they're gonna go after him. Okay? And of course the whole show gonna be overshadowed by racism and all the other stuff, which I think they want. They want the drama. Because if people just tuned out and just didn't watch it, they'll say something, to try to provoke people. Oh, the reason why it wasn't successful because there was a lot of racists out there. This is so stupid, man. They just supposed to make movies. The best movies that they can, but they don't want to do that. Stupid, man. Stupid. But this is where we at right now in the world. It's a sad, sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. But it is what it is. But I'm pretty much done with this video. Obviously, Hollywood's going to continue race swapping. They don't care. And hopefully, they'll do like in Lost in Space and replace a non-essential character with a very good actor or actress. And it turns out good. That's all you can hope for. Because obviously, they're showing you they're not going to stop. Obviously. So, if you're going to do it, at least make it good. At least and authentic. Okay? Alright, I really appreciate all of you coming by. Thanks again. This is T and peace.